Alright. Welcome to SideboardMTG, and it is Sunday, so it's time for some subscriber decks. We put out a challenge this month. Well, it's kind of a promptu, so we didn't get as many submissions as I was hoping for. We actually ended up with one deck that got any votes, so I guess a lot of people just don't really like meal. Either way, we're going to play 3 games with our 1 meal deck and have some fun with that. And you know, much love to Zaxadillo. He put this deck up for quite some time ago, and it's a control deck. So we're going to be playing a little bit of control here with some nice underlying meal aspects to it. And I think that's exactly how meal should be played right now, where you just kind of control, and let the meal do its own thing. So we're going to be playing with Zax's deck tonight. Hopefully we'll be able to mill someone out, and hope all goes well. So remember, if you do like tonight's deck, you know, give it that thumbs up, and if you like the content in general, subscribe to the channel. Maybe you want to get in on our themed weeks, or our regular subscriber Sunday. If you guys want to get in on that, you know, you can. All you got to do is jump over to the Reddit, post your decks, and if they get the vote, then we will play more. You will quickly submit yours for game 3. Well, if you will do that, I'll pull it up. I will. If you'll do that, I'll pull it up, and we'll see what we can do here. So just make sure you put meal in the title, and we'll go from there. Right. Just picking up some cards from manatraders right now. They said hi, Lamp. Picking up some cards from manatraders right now. We've got like, if you want to play this deck, you can always you know, subscribe to manatraders, and if you do decide to sign up, remember, if you're part of this SideboardMTG community, basically if you just watch me and hear me say this, use SideboardMTG _WG or W5G5. It's in the link in the description box below. But use a coupon code, save yourself a couple bucks when you sign up, and let's take a look at Zax's deck here. Hold on, picking up cards from manatraders now. Good old MTGO lag, right? Alright, let's update that. So Zax has got us just basically a really good control deck here. And I mean, we've got a lot of like ways to control with things like Seal Away. We've got Blink of an Eye. We've got Essence Scat. We've got you know, Search for Escanta to give us more cards. We've got 4 copies of Allow. Psychic Corrosion. Whenever you draw a card, each opponent puts the top 2 cards of their library into their graveyard. So kind of like Jace's Eraser or something like that. I mean, it's just when we draw, they're going to mill some. It's not quite as good as something like Sphinx's Tutelage, which Sphinx's Tutelage was really good. I actually think Sphinx's Tutelage would have been perfectly fine for them to just reprint right here instead of Psychic Corrosion, but I mean, we just don't have things like I gotta remember my camera's way down there. A little choppy on the camera, aren't we? Let's see if I can kill some stuff. Get us back up here. All right, maybe that'll help a little bit with the choppiness, right? Don't jinx it. Right? Yeah. There's frame skips. Well, hopefully we'll speed up here. Let me close some stuff out. Let's make sure everything's closed out. What else is open? Why is Steam open? I don't want to be Magic ain't a Steam powered game. Alright, so Psychic Corrosion is going to be our first source of meal here. And then after that, our other major source of meal is going to be Patient Rebuilding. Now, we don't have a lot of copies of this, but at the beginning of your upkeep, target opponent puts the top 3 cards of their library into their graveyard. Then you draw a card for each land that was put into the graveyard this way. Not bad. I mean, you're just going to mill 3 every turn, which is really slow. But it's kind of like, you know, you slap that, you know, slap it down and just kind of forget about it, and it's just going to do its thing. If you get a little bit of extra value out of it, you start drawing some cards, then it's kind of worth it, right? It's kind of worth it. Anyway, already better? Thank you. All right, good. We should should be doing all right here. Okay, but the rest of the deck is just, you know, control. We've got, you know, a copy of Gideon. We've got a couple copies of Teferi here. You know, those are also win cons. We could also, you know, like get a Teferi emblem, pull from tomorrow. Pull from tomorrow could also mill them for a ton. You know, if we have a couple Psychic Corrosions down, something like that. Multiple Psychic Corrosions are really going to start to get out of hand. We're going to mill quite a bit. And the one thing I kind of wish was worded a little bit different, but it's not, is I kind of wish that if, you know, if the opponent puts a land card from the top of their library into their graveyard for any reason, you draw a card. Like, so they could have had this like at two separate lines. At the beginning of your upkeep, target opponent draws or mills 3 cards there, you know, and then have another line whenever an opponent, you know, puts a land card from their library into their graveyard, you draw a card, which I think it would have made it much more playable. So, you know, you could mill in other ways to draw more cards. But the beautiful part about it is, you know, if you get the Psychic Corrosion down and then, you know, you just get a natural mill off of them and they mill a land card, you're going to draw a card. And then if you draw multiple cards, you're going to put multiple triggers on the stack for Psychic Corrosion, which is going to mill them even more, and so on and so forth. Now, as far as board wipes and things go, we've got some Settle the Wreckage, we've got 4 or 5 copies of Fumigate. The plan is definitely to keep the board nice and clean and then kind of go from there. Watching a mill stream on your birthday. Well, Rocker, happy birthday, buddy. Mill's not always the most fun thing to watch, and it's not always the coolest thing. Like, I haven't played a mill deck that I really like since Sphinx's Tutelage. Michael Majors made a red-blue Sphinx's Tutelage deck back in the day, and it was just really, really good. I don't think there was any room for Fraying Sanity here, so I think that's probably why he's not running it. In the sideboard, we've got Authority of the Consuls, another thing to just kind of help us slow things down. Why are my pictures showing up? Come on, Magic. Come on. Like, what's going on? Anyway, Forsake the Worldly here. A couple ways to destroy artifacts and enchantments. We've also got Invoke the Divine. And then, of course, Gideon's Intervention. Really good card here. I hate playing double Gideon's Intervention online because, you know, I don't know if the first one and second one have canceled each other out. There was a problem with that in the past. And then a couple other cards here. Commit to Memory, Sorcerer's Spyglass, and then, of course, some negates and an additional Essence Scatter. Why aren't we getting pictures? Why aren't we getting pictures? That bothers me. That does. Anyway, that's the deck. We're gonna jump over, play a little bit, see what happens. All right, here we go. You ready, Zaxadillo? Fraying Sanity sucks. You think they should bring Howling Mine back in standard? You know, I'm with you on that, Chris. I really am. Howling Mine was a great card. You know, allowed both sides to, you know, draw some additional cards, things like that. A little bit of hugs going on. I mean, we've got kind of a one-sided Howling Mine. So I mean, that is there. There's that enchantment that's what does it say? It's from Ixalan. It's a blue enchantment. I want to say it's from Ixalan. Probably demonetized for that drink. Yep. Took a drink, got demonetized. Not the greatest land situation, but at least Ipni Rivulet can come in untapped whenever we get ready for it to. So I'm going to keep. I mean, we've got a Fumigate, we've got our white sources, we got Glimmer, we only need one more land. It's not a bad hand. It's not a bad hand at all. Just come out tap and just roll with it from there. But you want the opponent drawing cards too? Well, then just don't get the City's Blessing, right? Kumena's Awakening, that's it. There you go. Ooh. See? Look how sweet that is. I really don't want him to flip this. I'm going to take this hit for one, though. I think I'm supposed to seal this away. Like right now, just to use my mana. And then just Gideon this turn and uptick. Or we could just counter this turn and take our hit. I think Gideon's actually pretty good here, though. And then we'll just say that the Glorybound Initiate can't do damage. And this will help hold us off yet another card for, I mean, you gonna swing? Sure. Sweet! So, we're just gonna sit back and control, and see what we can do here. We've got kind of got all the things in the world here. Resplendent Angel. I'll scatter that. I'm just gonna take it easy for a minute. We're just gonna chill. See if we can get him out of cards. He'll probably just scoop out of frustration. Ooh, tell me this is like Lyra. 4 mana, some big. Watley, Warrior Poet. Look at that. Alright, well, we've got our extra land, which means, you know, we're definitely free to let a creature hit the battlefield this turn. So if he wants to play some more creatures, that's fine. We'll go ahead and Glimmer and hopefully just, like, play out his hand. Watley! Alright, Watley. So we'll have to kill Watley with Gideon here. That's okay, though. I mean, we'll just Glimmer. Settle the Wreckage and a land. I think we're just Fumigating next turn. And then just swinging at Watley. So, I'm going to put the Settle on the bottom. I think I want another land, so I'm going to keep the land. We got a Blink. Okay, so we got a Blink and a... Well, that's good. Another Fumigate, that's fine. Fumigate. Make Gideon into a dude. Let's go, Chad. And then we'll just pass the turn here. Your deck is working on stream for once, makes you happy. Well, it's not a bad deck, dude. It is not a bad deck at all. Alright, there's a Reliquary Tower. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, kind of just want to attack here, you know. I know it's a mill deck, but I think I'm just gonna kind of like pass here. If he goes to go into combat, then I'll just bounce it. Alright, so I'm not gonna let him declare attack. If he wants to spend his entire turn again, that's perfectly fine with me. Like, so if he wants to spend 4 mana here, just replaying it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and mill this. Settle the Wreckage. Well, I mean, what do we do here? I'm not going to be declaring an attack with three attackers, so he's not flipping that. I mean, I could just wipe the board, right? We could just wipe the board, leave seal up. I mean, we're not getting that mill hand here, guys. Which is exactly how I said that a good mill deck should work. Like, you shouldn't like just be reliant on the mill. Your secondary win cons and things should be really good. And I mean, this is kind of holding true on that. So, Lyra the Dawnbringer. We'll just prevent damage from Lyra. I kind of want to just cycle this. We should probably just be playing them, but I'm not. So do we start milling him? Like, do we want to go that route? He's got 44 cards left. Resplendent Angel. But no. So red, white angels? This isn't horrible. I mean, we can play it and play both of our sealaways. Or settle the wreckage. I mean, if he just swings at the one, we just seal it away, right? Benelish, Marshall. Oh, he's like, I'm going to get an attack in. I'm going to attack. He thought he was going to attack. Resplendent Angel. Alright, mill. Sweet. Let's pull his graveyard out here. So, I'm going to do it on the Lyra, but I expect that he's going to flip the Adanto's Vanguard here by swinging with everything. And if he does, then we're just going to sell him. Which is probably not great. I mean, this Vanguard's probably going to wreck us. He did it. He did it. Okay, well, I mean, we might be able to start milling him, but I think that we probably need to start crashing in with some Gideon here. I mean, does he make chump blockers? Okay. I'm going to go for a really big pull from tomorrow here, since we're not worried about taking any damage on the crackback. I mean, so far it hasn't done anything to hurt us. There's a Benelish Marshall. Alright, so we're just going to do this like really big pull from tomorrow. Pull for 6. Put all those triggers on the stack. We've got to pick a card to discard. I'm just going to discard the planes. And then, of course, hey, look at that. He scoops it up to the frustration. Just mill it, son. Mill it. Not bad. I like how you guys are just like taking it straight to the deck builder there, going, hey, why'd you do this? Why'd you do that? He's got a long article there on the Reddit of, you know, just why he did the things he did. Authority's probably good. I mean, we could just like call the land with Sorcerer Spygeist, like Adanto the First Fort. All right. I don't know what to bring in. Main deck's fine against creature decks. He scoops it up. He's like, I don't want to play the mill deck. I don't want to play against this blue-white madness. he got depressed and went home, okay? He got depressed and went home. That's what your deck does to people. Mono white depression. Or blue-white depression. What's up, Metzer? How you doing? Stovetop. It's the first game. Yeah, that was match 1, game 1. We won it. Our opponent didn't let us go into game 2. He's like, that's it. I'm done. Red Black Aggro doesn't care about it. Has Banefire in case of settle. Right, you just like use settle for ramp and then just Banefire them. I got you. We would love to play first. Let's do this. We can't with this hand. That's better. At least it's workable. I don't know why you got these meandering rivers in here. Like, is color fixing that important? I mean, maybe. I'm going to put that on the bottom. As much as I want it to ferry, I need more action. I mean, if we run into mountain, we're in trouble. Wait, Dave! Our opponent's name is W8 Dave. Wait! Wait, Dave! What is the cheapest control deck and colors in Standard? What's your budget? Like, what are you looking for there, Chris? I mean, are you looking for you just want cheap and you want to be able to get into playing control, or like what are you really looking for there? Because there's a couple different ways you can go. There's a mono black control deck that's actually pretty cheap. The most expensive things in that are like Vraska's Contempts and things like that. There's a mono blue control deck that's not quite as good. You really need the board wipes and stuff like that. It's mainly about bounce, and it's kind of like more of your mid-range type deck. And then you play One River. You think it's necessary? Understood. It's cool. Like, one's fine. But as far as you know, control decks go, they do get a little bit more expensive when you get into the blue-white or the red-blue or the Jeskai. And personally, right now, I think that probably the blue-white is about the cheapest that you're going to get as far as being competitive. Like, it's going to be your cheapest way into competitive Magic. But either way, I mean, those Teferis, they're not cheap, man. And like, if you don't have your Settle the Wreckages and stuff like that, it's just gonna be bad. Well, I mean, are we just gonna get bolused out here? I don't know if milling him is gonna be terrific or not. Search for Escanta. I might bounce that. He did get another land. I'm just going to go ahead and play it, and then we'll just try to go on our control game here. We'll see what happens. I mean, if he just goes bolus right here, we're in a little bit of trouble, right? Like, just the card disadvantage alone. We can always settle next turn, but he throws away a Sweltering Suns. Not exactly what you're looking for here. Whoa! No land, no bolus. Come on, mill the lands. Mill his lands. We got our 5th land. That's pretty decent. So, we know our opponent's looking for lands. It's a Primal Amulet deck. Look at that. Primal Amulet, Lightning Strike. Sweet. Well, I'm actually going to play the Irrigated Farmland. I'm going to pass, and then I'm going to let him mill himself just a little bit more here. I figure he's definitely digging for land. Must have got a land. He got a land. So let's see if he throws down a bolus on us. Would Oketra's Monument count as mid-range deck? I don't know. Like, I wouldn't really normally think of Oketra's Monument as a mid-range deck. But I guess it could be. I mean, there's a blue-white Oketra's Monument that uses like Cloud Blazer or whatever his name is. The draw like the Mole Drifter dude. Oh, you're gonna counter it. Fine. Didn't want me to draw that card. That's what it was. I mean, if he's using Supreme Wills here, and I wish I would have gotten a Teferi there, right? Alright, well, I mean, we just passed. We're not sitting on the greatest control cards here. But our opponent is, he's milling some plans. I mean, he's up to 4 mana now, though. And he's got his colors. He's going to flip this Search for Azcanta. Like, that's something we really can't do much about with the Psychic Corrosion. It's like, we're going to help them flip Search, so I was hoping we'd get to bounce that there. Do we lend cards out? I mean, you can rent from manatraders in both paper and online, so, I mean... shouldn't be a problem unless you don't trust the guy, right? I mean, our opponent's down to 42 cards left in his deck. That doesn't do us much good, right? We need to get him a lot lower than that. Need to start hitting these Zipney Rivulets. This is the only copy of Desert of the True in the deck, right? I mean, do we have other deserts other than just Star of Extinction?